This is Asia Tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jill Neubronner. Tonight's top stories. Vietnam reports a new COVID-19 variant that spreads quickly. It says the strain is a mix of the mutations first discovered in India and the UK. Malaysia reports more than 9,000 new COVID-19 cases. To curb the spread, it is deploying 70,000 officers to ensure compliance with the lockdown starting Tuesday. Australian police make arrests as hundreds hold anti-lockdown and vaccination protests across Melbourne. This as new coronavirus cases are reported and thousands more may be at risk of infection. Vietnam has detected a new COVID-19 variant that spreads quickly by air. It says the strain is a mix of the mutations first discovered in India and the UK. Health Minister Nguyen Thanh Long says the new variant was identified after genetic sequencing was carried out with several COVID-19 patients. The new mutation is said to be based on a variant first reported in India, but it is also said to contain mutations that originally belonged to another variant first found in the UK. The new variant is said to be more transmissible than previously known variants as the virus replicates itself very quickly. And this explains why so many new cases appeared in different locations in a short period. Vietnam's latest coronavirus wave has seen more than 3,600 local cases in 33 cities and provinces. Factory zones in 2 northern provinces account for a large number of the cases. 46 out of 49 new local infections are in Bac Giang. The province now has more than 1,900 cases. Neighbouring Bac Ninh has reported about 740 cases. Malaysia has reported more than 9,000 new COVID-19 cases, its highest daily count since the start of the pandemic. It has logged 5 straight days of record new infections, taking its total cases beyond 550,000. Now, to curb the virus spread, Malaysia will enter a full COVID-19 lockdown for 2 weeks from Tuesday. 70,000 personnel from the police and home ministry agencies will be deployed to ensure compliance. Roadblocks throughout the country are expected to increase from 600 to more than 800. Only essential economic and service sectors are allowed to operate during this period. Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin says the total lockdown is due to the worsening outbreak and the risk of new variants. People have taken to the streets in Australia's Victoria state to protest the lockdown and vaccinations, and that is despite thousands more becoming at risk of COVID-19 infections as exposure sites visited by infected people grow to more than 150. Another 5 local COVID-19 cases have emerged amid a strict week-long lockdown, and this takes the latest cluster of infections to 35. Police make arrests as hundreds hold anti-lockdown and vaccination protests across Victoria's main city, Melbourne. Gatherings, including protests, are currently banned in the state. It is Victoria's 4th lockdown. People may leave their homes for vaccinations, essential work, healthcare, grocery shopping and exercise.
The virus does not respond to protests. The virus responds to public health measures. There are 5 legal reasons to leave your home. Protesting against a virus isn't going to work. And if you do, you are breaching the public health orders, and Victoria Police will hold you to account for that, and that involves significant fines.
Australia has effectively contained all past outbreaks. It's done so with speedy contact tracing, snap lockdowns and strict regional border controls. Its latest outbreak was caused by a traveller who left hotel quarantine in South Australia state after testing negative but that traveller later tested positive in Melbourne. Authorities say their strategy in containing the spread is yielding results.
24 hours ago, we were focused on clubs and social networks. We weren't looking at a whole chain of food grocery stores. That's today's focus. We're making very good progress with those. They're all closed down. We're seeing some results coming through already for some of the staff associated with those stores. We don't know what's in store for us in the next 24 hours. So, we're making, I think, exceptional progress in terms of contact tracing, and we're I think, getting close on the heels of this outbreak.
Now, while there are people who protest the vaccination drive, others want to be inoculated. Hours-long queues at some vaccination centres have been reported. People are trying to book a shot or get one by walking in. A designated state hotline for booking has crashed often since Thursday.
What we are now facing for the first time is an outbreak with vaccines available, and over the last few days we've seen record numbers of people coming forward to be vaccinated. So my message is, don't give up. We're doing everything we possibly can. Thousands and thousands of people are getting through the system.
Taiwan is reviewing current COVID-19 measures under its Level 3 virus alert. The government will announce updates early next week, including the effectiveness of the measures. Meanwhile, Taipei and New Taipei cities are moving to test their readiness for lockdowns under a potential Level 4 alert. Authorities will execute a simulation drill tomorrow, and it includes store closures and limited transportation. Residents may only leave their homes for essential purposes. Health officials say the most urgent task is to make sure testing capacity is adequate. Now, there have been delays in reporting positive cases. Authorities are also struggling to reach more than 300 people. They have tested positive but could not be contacted. Now, Taiwan has reported more than 490 new cases, mostly local transmissions. At least 21 more people have lost their lives. Authorities in the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou are carrying out mass testing for COVID-19. They are trying to curb a recent rise in infections. A neighbourhood in the city centres has been ordered shut. Residents are told to stay home. People in 4 nearby districts have also been ordered to limit outdoor activity. Guangzhou has reported 2 new locally transmitted cases. It recorded 20 new infections over the past week. Officials are also testing residents in nearby Shenzhen. China has reported a handful of new cases every day, but it says almost all are infected abroad. Meanwhile, it has administered 603 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines so far. Singapore has reported 23 new community COVID-19 cases. 4 of them are unlinked. There are no cases in the dormitories. Of the linked cases, 13 have been placed on quarantine and 6 were detected through surveillance. There are also 10 imported cases, including 5 returning Singaporeans or permanent residents. All were placed on stay-home notice on arrival. The 33 new cases take the national tally past 62,000. Still to come, Hong Kong officials caution against commemorating the Tiananmen Square incident. Britain's new aircraft carrier goes on a parade of the high seas, which will see it crossing the South China Sea.
Tonight, could rising inflation derail the post-pandemic economic recovery?
Those parts of the market that are more overvalued could easily get hit.
Relooking China's growth model as its population ages.
Chinese babies are not growing.